Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the event at Rebecca Farm, where we'll be bringing you coverage today of the final wrap-up from the FEI divisions here as the champions are crowned. We'd like to take a moment to remind you to please visit our website at www.rebeccafarm.org and make those donations to Halt Cancer at X. And we'd also like to thank everyone from the community for all of their involvement this weekend, particularly from the college as well as the new health center. I'm Frankie Terriot-Stutz. Come along with us from Kalispell, Montana. Ruth, by another great weekend for you on these two horses, and Sage really looked fantastic in there. You guys can do no worse than fifth. We'll watch how the top five now show jump in front of you, but a really great ride.
He was awesome. He saved my butt a couple times, but he's just really learning to stay with me. And same thing cross country, and it was just a beautiful course, as the show jumping is. We love it here.
Such a big environment, especially for these one-star horses to go into. And your horses have, some experience at this level, and you guys have done really well. But for some of these youngsters, it seems like their eyes kind of bulge out a little bit.
Well, he was quite lucky because he's kind of that spooky Holsteiner breed, but which kind of helps him a little bit. My other horse wasn't quite as lucky, but yeah, it's an awesome atmosphere.
All right, congratulations, Ruth.
Thank you.
Special weekend here with Under Wraps in the one-star division, and this horse is still really green at this level, but he looks like he's just a cool customer in there.
He really is. He's such a great amateur's horse, right? I mean, I'm really excited for whoever ends up buying him because he's just so easy, and he comes up in the ring and enough, but he's still rideable, and he's just a great horse.
Well, big atmosphere in there and so many rails falling in this one-star division. I think we only had a handful of clean rounds, so one of them obviously belonging to you, and every fence really challenging. Richard Jeffries makes these courses real tough.
I got back from Great Meadow and I called Susie Hutchinson and I said, I need a revamp. I need to get, and not just, my clients' horses who, that's not a horse for me, but I felt like I rode like a completely different person in there, and it was good practice before my next two coming up, and so I felt like it was an easy course because I had a plan, and what she did for me the last few weeks has been instrumental. So.
All right, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Kelly Pugh and Corazon, a new ride for you and a great new start to your partnership. Your guys' first show together and a win in the CCI one-star division.
I'm so thrilled. He was fantastic all weekend. Everything I asked him to do, he did, and I couldn't be happier.
Well, Tammy Smith really put the pressure on you going in. You guys did not have a rail to spare, and even down to the last fence, a lot has been falling down here in this show jumping course by Richard Jeffries. So just kind of your overall thoughts of going in and how you held it together.
This is only my second time jumping him around a course, and I knew Tammy would put on the pressure. She does, right? But as soon as I jumped that first one, I knew it. He was jumping so well, and it's fun with all the spectators, and it's a greatly designed course. It was a lot of fun out there.
Congratulations, Kelly.
Thank you so much.
Well, the event at Rebecca Farm puts on so many things every year simultaneously over the weekend, and this morning was no exception. They made a new addition this year, adding a 5K fun run, and we were able to get some footage of that. That's it for our CCI one-star coverage here at the event at Rebecca Farm, but we've got a lot more action planned for you this afternoon. Here's our CCI two-star. Barb Crabo, a clean round with over easy in this tricky two-star course, and Barb, you guys were the first ones to go clean in there. Yep, it's been a tricky track and never easy in this big ring, but she made it look pretty much that.
It's easy. That's my girl. She was a rock star. She was jumping everything great. Really paying attention to my half halts and my leg, which always makes it easier when they do that. And she's just super careful. I love this horse.
Well, you guys will get to, well, not you guys, but you will get to jump one more time in that big ring here today. But it's been a great weekend for you so far. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I'm joined now by the second and first place finishers in the CCI two-star division here at the event at Rebecca Farm, and fittingly best friends as well, Tamara Smith and Heather Morris joining me, and a great weekend for you girls. Tammy, we'll start with you. Dempsey has not been at this level very long, but he really rose to the occasion in there today.
Yeah, he really did. He went in there and jumped a double clear round. I was really pleased with him, especially after the jog was really dicey with he had a pretty bad laceration on the inside of his coronet band from a stud out on cross country yesterday. So I was just really pleased that the ground jury really took account that he was really okay, and I figured I'd warm him up and see how he felt, and he felt like $1 million, and he went in there and he jumped his heart out, so I was really happy.
Well, what a lot of people may not know about Dempsey is just a few years ago he was a pure dressage horse, and if you've ever seen him, he's a fairly athletic individual and really loves jumping.
Yeah, I think they were considering him a pure dressage horse, but I don't think he ever complied enough to be a pure dressage horse. But he's really bred to be a dressage horse. Liz Rothman bred him, and he's a phenomenal athlete.
All right, well, speaking of athletic, Heather, this guy certainly gave you a ride for your money in there today, but Charlie is so unbelievably athletic, a clear round for him, and he's so young and just kind of goes in there, and it doesn't even seem like he's paying attention, and he's still clearing the standards.
It's a bit rough in there today. I decided to ride him in the hackamore today. I'd schooled with it, and it was going really well, and I just didn't have any steering today. So, but we got it done, and he's just a great horse.
Well, people watching, standing by, were saying, oh my gosh, that horse is so athletic. He's literally clearing the standards in there, and a really exciting horse for the future for you. He's so young, and to be able to produce this result this weekend, what did that mean to you?
He's just, he won his first 2-star. He's only been at the intermediate level since the beginning of this year. So taking it slow with him and not going to rush him, and he'll go do the AECs and then on to probably Fairhill in October. So.
All right, well, lots of exciting stuff for this combination. Thanks so much for being with me, girls, and congratulations. A great weekend.
Thank you.
I'm joined now by Mr. Tate Kraninger. He is the CEO of the Health Center, and they have done a phenomenal job participating this year to make this event possible. And Tate, just really quickly, talk to me about what it's like to be here.
It's a wonderful event. It's been a good 4 days, and we're just happy to be a sponsor for the event.
And when you guys were kind of thinking about joining on as a sponsor, what led to that decision?
We've come to know the Broussards very well, and they've supported us in many of our efforts with our cancer programs. And so this was just kind of a small way that we could give back to them.
Well, it's great to have you here. We really appreciate all you're doing for the sport and especially for this venue, and a lot of great community involvement. Obviously, the Health Center, a big one this weekend here, and we really appreciate all you're doing.
Thank you very much. Great to be here.
Very much.
Well, we're just about to watch our final portion of competition in the Halt Cancer X fundraiser here at the event at Rebecca Farm, and so much fun this weekend with Ian Stark, Burt Wood, and Sarah Broussard in this event. People have been donating money all weekend for a great cause, and these three are about to square off for the jar of marbles that they've all been eyeing all weekend long. So take a look at the highlights. Well, so much fun here, and this event alone as a fundraiser for Halt Cancer at X additionally has raised over $4,500. So we'd like to thank everybody who's contributed to that and everyone who's made contributions this weekend to help Halt Cancer at X. I'm joined now by Jane from the Flathead Community College, and Jane, just give people a little bit of background on the involvement kind of here this weekend.
Well, the college is happy to volunteer for this event. We've had anywhere between 80 to 100 volunteers each year working at the event. It's such a wonderful event for the community, all these great horses and riders coming in, but also bringing a lot of economic development to our whole community with people that stay here, come here, spend their money, help promote the community. It's a beautiful valley. We love having people visit and hope people will come back.
Well, everyone certainly loves coming here from the event, I can say for certain, and we really appreciate all you guys are doing to make the event happen. There's so many hundreds and really thousands of people who go into making this event what it is, and just some highlights for you of getting to be here today on the final day of competition.
Well, it's always a first-class event. You know, the Rebecca Farm is one of the most beautiful places, I think, not only in the country but in the world. It's well kept and wonderful. The horses are great, and I think the highlights are having been here to see the wonderful riders and horses. And if you haven't been here, I'd encourage people to come out. If you still have a chance today, it's great. If not, be sure to come next year, whether you live here or are visiting. It's probably one of the top events here in the Valley.
All right, well, thank you so much for all you guys are doing to make the event all it is.
Thanks. Thank you.
Well, I'm here with Holly Bennett-Outwood, and we are in the show jumping course getting ready to watch the CIC 3-star and CCI 3-star division show jump here, and a very tricky track put forth by Richard Jeffrey always is the case. But Holly, you just walked this course, and Holly, being a multi-time Olympian, is going to give us a little bit of her insight on what she thinks is going to take to go clear here today.
Like you said, Frankie, Richard Jeffries always puts a big, challenging course in. The time's going to be tight, so there are quite a few places where he's going to see if you're going to take an inside turn or not, especially actually from 1 to 2. And at fence 2, there's an option there. There is a more direct line, but it's a skinnier vertical with a hole higher, or you go a little bit wider and go on the vertical, which is a hole lower. When the jumps come up to my ears, you know they're big, so that's not saying lots, but it's a big, intimidating course, and with the people surrounding the ring, it gives it a bit more intimate vibe, and the horses are spooky. This is going to be a big course for them to do. Just like the other rounds, though, the top horses are going to jump well, I think.
All right, well, thanks so much. We wish all the competitors the best of luck. Well, James Austin, you can do no worse than third in the CCI 3-star division here with your longtime partner, Parker. And it's such an electric ring in there, and even some of the most experienced combinations having rails down, but just so much to look out for these horses.
Yeah, it is a hard ring. I think for some reason the horses, find it hard to jump well here, I think. And yeah, he's normally a good show jumper, really, so to have 3 down was, I don't know when I've ever had 3 down, honestly, but you can't put your finger on it. Maybe it's a tight ring and maybe a bit tired from yesterday, but, it's a big result for him still, so I'm happy.
Well, yeah, it's easy to be brought down a little bit by what happens today, but still overall great weekend for you, and thanks so much for being with us here at Rebecca Farm, Jimmy.
No problem, thanks very much.
Kurt Martin, a fantastic finish to a weekend here for you at Rebecca Farm, and looks like you have quite the 3-star horse on your hands here. Beautiful, beautiful round for you.
Thank you. I'm really happy with him, and I think he coped with the trip and change of environment, and he listened to me. He's a green horse, but I really thought he trusted me the whole weekend.
Well, this is a great test kind of with these horses to see how they might react, as you said, in a completely different environment, and really to be able to use as a building block before you take them overseas. What will you do next, and just kind of final thoughts?
I'm hoping my horse makes it home well first. So that was my priority coming here. It was the horse's well-being and his health. So I think we'll go and see how he is and go from there, All
right, well, congratulations, Kurt. Quite a weekend for you.
Thank you so much.
Jennifer McFall and High Times just wrapping up their weekend in our Gold Cup division here, the CIC 3-star division. And Jen, it's really spooky in that ring. He looked kind of like he had a rhythm in the beginning, and then some of those really backed him off.
Yeah, he certainly did kind of get in there and realize that these jumps were a little bigger than we've been doing, and the Liverpool really impressed him. But again, he kind of impressed me by coming back and jumping well at the end and kind of saving my bacon at the second to last fence. So.
Well, this is part of the process of just when your partnership really comes into play and why it's so important to have a good partnership with these horses, especially at this level. And, you know, him kind of leaning on you in there a little bit, it looked like, to say, are we going to be okay in here?
Exactly. I think you know, before that would have kind of muddled us a little bit, but we both just kept thinking and going, and I think we ended well, and I feel good about our future ride at Blenheim.
All right, well, Jen will get ready to head overseas now and her first international debut, and you can support her in that journey as well online on the Dragonfire Facebook. So good luck to you, Jen, and congratulations on another successful weekend for this combination.
Thank you so much, Frankie.
Well, Barbara Crabo showing us how it's done today in the show jumping phase of competition here at the event at Rebecca Farm, and a clean round for you and Ever Ready.
Yep, he's a rock star. He was jumping great out there. We had a couple good rubs, and then I whispered to him, dude, get your feet up, and he goes, all right. And then I don't think he came close to anything after that, so.
Well, he certainly looks like he's still loving his job after all these years and looking phenomenal in there. You guys can do no worse than second place. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Tamara Smith joining me once again after a phenomenal ride here in the CIC 3-star division. And Tammy, you're such a perfectionist. I know that one rail is going to really haunt you as usual, but a beautiful, beautiful round. And really just this horse is still so young, and it's so easy to forget that.
Yeah, he is. And him and I mean, you know, he jumped clean at the intermediate and 1-star level easily, but now that they're bigger, it's a bit challenging because he can be spooky, but then he can leave from a long one, and so to figure you know, our partnership out, it's a little, you know, funny. But the good news is that he went into a very atmosphere ring, actually much more than I think even Great Meadow, and he handled the pressure good. So our homework paid off, I think, going to the jumper show last week with Susie.
All right, well, congratulations. There's a lot in store for this combination in the future. We look forward to seeing you guys.
Thank you so much.
That's it for this week's coverage here at the event at Rebecca Farm. I'm Frankie Terry at Stutes. Thank you so much for watching and coming along with us this week from Kalispell, Montana. One more time, a big thank you to all our sponsors, spectators, volunteers, and everyone who's been a part of this one. We'll see you next time.